Hello, everyone, and welcome to Real World English. I'm Emma, and I'm so happy to be with you today.
Hi there, listeners. This is Jake, and I'm really excited to join you for another episode of Real World English.
How are you doing today, Jake? Did you have a good morning?
I'm doing very well, Emma. Thank you for asking. My morning was peaceful. I woke up early and had time to enjoy my coffee while watching the sunrise. How about you?
That sounds wonderful, Jake. My morning was busy, but good. I took my dog for a walk in the park, and the weather was beautiful. I'm so happy to be here now, talking with you and our listeners.
Me too, Emma. And today we have a very interesting topic to discuss. We're going to talk about something that affects all of us every day. We're talking about motivation.
Yes, how to stay motivated. This is such an important topic for everyone. And for our listeners who are learning English, this conversation will give you useful phrases and vocabulary about motivation.
Exactly. We all need motivation in our lives. Whether you're learning English, working on a project, or trying to exercise more, motivation helps us keep going when things get difficult.
That's right, Jake. Today we will share our own experiences with staying motivated. We'll talk about daily habits, finding inspiration, setting goals, and overcoming challenges. And we'll do this at a slow pace so everyone can understand.
Before we begin, I'd like to ask you, Emma, what does motivation mean to you?
That's a great question, Jake. For me, motivation is the energy or the reason that makes me want to do something. It's like a little fire inside me that keeps me moving forward, even when things are hard. What about you, Jake?
I think of motivation as the why behind what I do. It's the purpose that gets me out of bed in the morning. Sometimes my motivation is to learn new things. Other times it's to help others. Motivation can change, but we always need it.
I like that description very much. Now, let's talk about daily motivation habits. Jake, can you tell us about your daily habits that keep you motivated?
Of course. Every morning, I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. This helps me start the day with a positive mindset. I also set small goals for each day. When I complete these small goals, I feel accomplished and motivated to do more. What about you, Emma?
For me, I find that exercise helps me stay motivated. Even if it's just a short walk or some yoga, moving my body gives me energy. I also read inspiring quotes every morning. These simple words can change my whole attitude for the day.
Those are excellent habits, Emma. I think our listeners would enjoy hearing more about finding inspiration. Shall we role play a situation about finding inspiration in everyday life?
That's a wonderful idea. Let's imagine I'm feeling unmotivated about my English studies, and you're helping me find inspiration. Ready?
Ready. Let's begin.
Jake, I feel so unmotivated with my English studying. I've been learning for 6 months, but I still make so many mistakes. Sometimes I think maybe I should give up. What do you think?
I understand how you feel, Emma. Learning a language takes time, but instead of focusing on your mistakes, let's think about how far you've come. Remember, 6 months ago, you couldn't have this conversation. Now look at you.
That's true. I have made some progress, but how do you find inspiration when you feel stuck?
Well, I look around me for inspiration in everyday life. For example, I watch movies in English with subtitles, or I listen to songs I love and try to understand the lyrics. Sometimes I even talk to my plant in English.
You talk to your plant? Really?
Yes, it sounds funny, but it helps me practice speaking without feeling nervous. The plant never corrects me or judges me. And when I see my plant growing, it reminds me that I'm growing too in my language skills.
That's actually a creative idea. I could try talking to my dog in English. He always listens and never complains about my grammar.
That's the spirit. You can also find inspiration by connecting your language learning to things you love. If you enjoy cooking, read recipes in English. If you like sports, watch games with English commentary.
I see what you mean. Finding inspiration can happen in small ways every day. It's about connecting English to my real life.
Exactly. Now, do you feel more inspired to continue learning?
Yes, I do. Thank you for helping me see things differently.
That was a good role play, Emma. It shows how sometimes we just need someone to help us see things from a new perspective.
Yes, talking to others can really help when we feel unmotivated. Now, let's talk about setting and achieving goals. This is so important for staying motivated.
Absolutely. Would you like to share your approach to setting goals, Emma?
I follow what experts call the SMART method. This means goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of saying, I want to get better at English, I say, I will read one English article every day for 30 days.
That's excellent, Emma. Specific goals are much more powerful. I also believe in breaking big goals into smaller steps. Learning English is a huge goal, but learning 5 new words each day is manageable.
Yes, small steps lead to big progress. I remember when I first started learning English, I set a goal to learn just 3 new words every day. After 1 year, I had learned more than 1,000 words.
That's impressive, and it shows the power of consistency. Doing a little bit every day is better than doing a lot once in a while.
Exactly, Jake. Now, let's talk about something that everyone faces, challenges and obstacles. We all experience times when staying motivated is difficult.
That's very true. Emma, would you mind sharing a personal story about a time when you faced a motivation challenge? How did you overcome it?
I'd be happy to share. 2 years ago, I signed up for a half marathon. I was excited at first, but training was harder than I expected. I had to run 5 days a week, and some days I felt so tired and wanted to quit.
That sounds really challenging. What kept you going?
3 things helped me. First, I found a friend to train with me. Having someone to run with made the experience more enjoyable. Second, I created a playlist of my favorite music to listen to while running. And third, I put a calendar on my wall and marked each day that I ran. Seeing those marks gave me a feeling of progress.
Those are excellent strategies, Emma. Did you complete the half marathon?
Yes, I did. It wasn't easy, and I didn't run very fast, but I finished. And that feeling of accomplishment was amazing. Now, whenever I face a difficult challenge, I remember that day, and it gives me strength.
What a wonderful story, Emma. Thank you for sharing that. I have a similar experience with learning to play the guitar. I started with so much enthusiasm, but after 2 months, my fingers hurt and progress was slow. I almost gave up.
What did you do to stay motivated?
I changed my practice routine. Instead of practicing for 1 hour once a day, I practiced for 15 minutes 4 times a day. These shorter sessions were easier mentally and physically. I also recorded videos of myself playing every 2 weeks. This helped me see my progress over time.
That's so smart, Jake. Sometimes we need to adjust our approach, not our goal. And seeing our progress, even small progress, can be very motivating.
Exactly right, Emma. And I think this is a good time to remind our listeners that motivation isn't always a feeling. Sometimes it's a decision to keep going even when we don't feel like it.
That's such an important point, Jake. Motivation isn't just about feeling excited. It's also about commitment and discipline. Some days we feel motivated. Other days we need to motivate ourselves.
Let's talk about some practical strategies for those days when motivation is low. I find that changing my environment can help. If I'm working at home and feeling unmotivated, sometimes I go to a coffee shop or library. The new environment gives me fresh energy.
That's a good one. I also think remembering our why is important. When I feel unmotivated about learning something new, I remind myself why I started in the first place. Connecting to that purpose can reignite motivation.
Yes, purpose is powerful. Another strategy is to visualize success. When I'm feeling unmotivated, I close my eyes and imagine how I will feel when I reach my goal. This mental picture can be very motivating.
Visualization is so effective. I also believe in the power of positive self-talk. The words we say to ourselves matter a lot. Instead of saying, I have to do this, I say, I get to do this. This small change makes a big difference in how I feel.
I like that change of words from have to get to. It shifts our mindset from obligation to opportunity.
Exactly. And speaking of mindset, gratitude plays a big role in staying motivated. When we appreciate what we have and what we've accomplished, it gives us energy to keep moving forward.
That's very true, Emma. Gratitude helps us focus on the positive rather than what's lacking. It's a powerful tool for motivation.
Jake, we've covered so many aspects of motivation today. We talked about daily habits, finding inspiration, setting goals, and overcoming challenges. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think one more important point is about celebrating small wins. Sometimes we only celebrate when we reach our final goal, but recognizing and celebrating small achievements along the way keeps our motivation high.
That's such good advice. Every step forward deserves acknowledgement. Even if the step is small, it's still progress.
Well said, Emma. And now, as we come to the end of our podcast, we would love to hear from our listeners. What do you do to stay motivated? What are your daily motivation habits and routines?
Yes, please share with us in the comments. Tell us how you find inspiration in everyday life. How do you set and achieve your goals? And what strategies help you overcome challenges and obstacles?
Your experiences might help other listeners who are feeling unmotivated. We can all learn from each other.
And remember, staying motivated takes practice. Some days will be easier than others, and that's completely normal.
Absolutely. Motivation has ups and downs for everyone. The key is to have strategies to help you through the down times.
Thank you so much for listening to Real World English today. We hope this conversation about motivation was helpful for your English learning and for your life.
Yes, thank you for spending time with us. We appreciate each and every one of our listeners, and we hope you feel motivated to continue your English journey.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep staying motivated.
Goodbye, everyone, and have a wonderful day.
Bye for now, and see you in our next episode.